of course, there's virtue signaling on both sides completely. And I often think as well, like a lot of the conservative movement, a lot of them don't realize why they lose the culture war, because before certain people came along, and it's not only me, there's others as well, but I'm definitely going to take a degree of credit. Conservatives were so boring for so long. Like we've now made being conservative cool via strength, via money, via success. But before me, a lot of these conservatives were basically saying, don't have fun, don't do drugs, don't go to parties, don't dance, don't talk to girls, don't. Like, it's boring.
Yeah.
Bro, what is it called? CPAC.
Yeah.
I went to CPAC maybe 5 years ago.
I think that's going on right now, this weekend, next weekend, anyway.
Okay, yeah. So I went to CPAC like 5 or 6 years ago. I can't remember when I went, but I was with Paul Joseph Watson. He said, let's go to CPAC. Anyway, I went to CPAC for the first time in forever. I was just getting big online. And I stood around. And I remember looking around going, well, this is why we lose.
Yeah.
This is fucking boring.
Yeah.
Everyone's a dork. Everyone's a nerd. The liberals are having fun. They're partying. They're having orgies. They're doing drugs. I don't even do those things, but I can see why they're attractive to people. What do we have here? Nerd convention, bro. And you look at these conservatives and they're sitting there going, don't do this, don't do this. You should live this way. It's boring. At least I've come along, and the reason I'm seen as a cultural phenomenon is I'm saying, yeah, you can be masculine and it's cool to protect what you care about, but get rich and live a good life and don't be apologetic and be a hero. They didn't preach any of that stuff. Most of the conservative movement are a bunch of boring dorks, nerds, and that's why they forever lose. And I remember sitting at CPAC. I looked at Tristan and said, never again, bro. Never again. It sucked.
And the conservatives have this bad habit of always celebrating too early. Yeah. They feel like there's a little bit of movement behind them, and I can feel it now. People are like, oh, Biden is so unpopular, Trump's gonna win for sure. I'm like, bro, there's no such thing as for sure. It's February. Yeah. We got a long way to go. Yeah. But you nerds are always celebrating too soon. Yeah. You got to live your life like it's your last day every single day.
100%. It ain't done till it's done. And like you said, we're February. A lot can happen between now and November, and they've already geared up the machine. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. And then I think ultimately it comes down to culture anyway. I mean, it doesn't matter who the politicians are. It matters about the culture of the country. And you can argue that in a lot of different ways. Switzerland and Iceland have massive gun ownership without shootings. Why? And people will talk about the gun laws. It's not about the laws, it's about the culture. And the culture is broken. And if you want to win a cultural war as conservatives, then you have to have a cool and fun culture. Conservatives should be celebrating me. Andrew's come along and made our movement cool. But they're jealous and they're bitter and they're butthurt that I'm more relevant than them. So instead they cry their eyes out that I have a Bugatti, and they said that I shouldn't brag. Don't brag, Andrew. Don't say you have money. Well, then how else are you going to get young teenagers interested? You dummy. I'm going to sit around saying just don't have any fun ever. Join the conservative movement. Fucking make your bed. 12 rules to life. It's boring. It's fucking boring. I'm cool and fun. Get over it. And that's good for us as a whole because it's a culture war. And men want to be men and we want to enjoy ourselves and we want to, but you can make masculinity cool without just completely cucking the idea of having any kind of originality or fun. That's why liberals have won for a very long time. They own culture because their culture is fun.